Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Dr. Marcia Steingreber at Acupuncture Wellness Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Today we're going to talk about NAD plus platinum. Do we say the plus?
No. NAD
NAD
Platinum.
platinum. Well, it's got a
Yeah.
plus on there. So
It
I'm
does.
such
It
a
does.
rule follower. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'm
Yeah.
just reading.
Yeah.
I have been taking this product. I feel like I don't even have to take that much. I cannot believe how high my energy levels get. Like, I don't even need coffee if I take it first thing in the morning. So to explain how this works, why, I know that some people have been taking NAD in injection form and having horrendous chest pains. There's a lot of side effects with trying to get NAD into your body. This circumvents all of those problems. There are no side effects. I've personally taken it and I'm sensitive to everything and I have not had anything happen. We're going to let Brady, who really honestly has studied this product, like, you know so much about this product. I think this is like one of your specialties. Mr. Brady Root from Quicksilver. He's going to go over why we need this. And, you know, this is one of those buzzwords that keeps coming up, NAD. And I feel like a lot of people are like, well, I hear it's great for telomeres and longevity and anti-aging and anti-inflammatory, but why, how do I get it? Why is it so difficult to get? And why is it so difficult to go from outside of your body to inside of your body to using it correctly?
Yeah.
This is one of those things that's really, substances are very tricky to get to work correctly.
It is.
And you guys have cracked the code.
We have.
So let's go over it.
Yeah. No, it's a very hot molecule these days.
Yes.
NAD, if you go to any infusion place, usually they'll have NAD infusions or NAD IVs.
Again, there are a lot of people who cannot tolerate them.
Absolutely.
Honestly, you guys do your due diligence before you sign up for something like that. It is very invasive to some people. Some people do great. I don't want to knock anybody doing the infusions, but there have been, I've had quite a few patients have in their 20s, late 20s, early 30s, have chest pains, anxiety, stomach pains.
Yeah, a lot of people report that they feel nauseous, other uncomfortable GI effects. We have a theory on it, and it's out there too. People talk about NAD, and first, let me say this: not everybody needs NAD. It's just one of those things that might be worth trying, seeing if you respond to it. I, for one, respond very well to it. A lot of times people who have any kind of mycotoxin, which is a mold toxicity,
that is amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, it's actually...
No, because you hear that, especially with how damp it is here.
So moldy in Florida. Oh, I'm pretty confident that there's mold in my apartment complex that
I have treated patients for mold toxicity.
Yeah, and mold sticks around. Also, anybody who has breast implants, a lot of times mold can be stuck on those, or it can get up and hide in there. And mold, basically, these mycotoxins,
I gotta shut my mouth.
Yeah, they hide. It's a really good thing to know, though. They hijack.
Because they're spores, so they can hide and hijack anything.
Yeah. And then once you have one of those going on, specifically, I think it's the black mold strains are the ones that you want to be careful of with the implants. But any mold, as far as I know, could be wrong, but any mold strain, any mycotoxin, can hijack your mitochondria and drain your energy. For those of you who remember, mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, it is a membranous organelle, meaning it's inside the cell, and it essentially turns glucose, which you get from food, into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is the energy currency of your entire body. Every cell has mitochondria. You have higher densities of mitochondria in tissues that use more energy, like muscles. Our muscles are loaded with mitochondria. So why are we talking about mitochondria? Well, like I said, mold can hijack your mitochondria, steal the ATP, but NAD is an intracellular molecule. And
meaning inside the cell.
Inside the cell, exactly. So NAD, there's a cycle. It goes NAD, the NADH, NAM, and we have the cycle here, yeah. And
I'm not sure if I have it on. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and we can probably put that online for them to see. But yeah, you have so you have NAD and then NMN.
Right.
What you can see on it. NMN is the most direct and stable precursor to NAD in the cell, and NMN has a devoted transporter. Now that's a recent discovery. They found that there's a transporter that actually puts NMN into the cell. Previously, we didn't know how to get NMN into the cell or how it got in the cell, but it has been discovered. There's a transporter. So why did we talk about NAD injections giving people these bad side effects? Well, NAD is an intracellular molecule. It's inside the cell. Our theory is that when you put NAD into the blood, into the plasma, by IV, you're putting an intracellular molecule into the blood, which is extracellular. Our body senses that we have high levels of a crucial, innate intracellular molecule out of the cell. So imagine something that's supposed to be in the cell is out of the cell. What does your body think? Your body probably thinks, this is what we think, that there's been a mass cell death event. A bunch of cells died. You have all these intracellular compounds out of the cells. What do? You have to then send a response, an inflammatory response, like a hormetic response, something to go in, clean up the debris, and get the body back to homeostasis. So in that process, chest pain, inflammation, upset stomach. So our theory then continues that when your body notices the NAD, it goes and it turns the NAD into NMN so that it can be shuttled into the cell and then turned back into NAD. As you said before, we circumvent that issue by supplying not just NMN, liposomal, true nanoparticles, true nanoliposomes. Nano just means smaller than 100 nanometers. Those nanoliposomes either go right to the cell membrane or your body basically metabolizes, opens up the liposome and delivers its contents then to the cell. So we're giving NMN so it can go straight into the cell, turn into NAD. None of this NAD to NMN, then NMN to NAD, none of that. So
and it seems like the way that you guys have figured this out, it's not tripping your histamine response. It's not tripping your neutrophil and your leukocytes to overreact.
Exactly. Because what we're giving is the precursor, which is like your body's okay with NMN being out of the cell because it has a transporter to shuttle NMN in.
Okay.
And NMN is Nicotinamide Mononucleotide, and then it gets converted to NAD. And that's okay to be out of the cell. Your body doesn't recognize NMN as something that it should respond to, other than shuttling into the cell. And then what is NAD? So we see here, and we'll post this, but as you can see, NAD is then shuttled into the mitochondria, and it's NAD plus. It has a positive charge, so it can pick up electrons. It can go through these processes where you attach a hydrogen and an electron. It's called redox reactions, reduction and oxidation reactions, and those are the things that power our bodies. You have to be able to reduce and oxidate, reduce and oxidate, reduce and oxidate. So it is a part of that in the mitochondria, which, as we said before, is the powerhouse of every single one of your cells.
So you guys might be thinking back to science class and
Bio 101.
Well, the Krebs cycle, cellular respiration.
Exactly.
You're just going back to how your cells want to respirate and helping them do so efficiently instead of sending out a distress signal.
Yeah.
Because any other way to do that, as you explained, you're putting your body into a little bit of distress.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean,
so you might as well get the benefits without the ick.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I'm going to quote Huberman and Atia did a podcast on this, and I have to say, I don't know if Peter too will ever see this. Much respect, but they didn't talk about the NMN transporter. And there is an NMN transporter. It was discovered in 2019, and we could probably put the reference. But anyways. They talk about how just because something hurts doesn't mean it's good for you. A lot of people have this idea that something has to be like intense and bad and hurt and for it to be good for you.
Upset.
Yeah, but that's just not the case. It's just not the case. So Yeah, but this transporter is SLC12A8, SLC12A8 for anyone who wants to look that up. And I'm just going to read through some of these. This is, as you guys can see, this technical sheet that we have is 3-4 pages long. So let me just read through the
let's
headlines.
Give them the information.
So nutrients for healthy aging. NAD, it's known as the sirtuin activator. Sirtuins are a gene family that have, some research that say that it is important in aging and healthy aging. So sirtuins, and then it also helps the body detox. It is DNA protective and reparative, restorative for your DNA. We have methylation support in NAD Platinum, so you don't have to take anything else to complete those cycles. We have the methylation support already there with our B12, which we already talked about, has superior absorption. And with sirtuins, again, you look at cellular health, stamina, and longevity. Who doesn't want better stamina and longevity?
And doesn't it help protect the telomeres during the reproductive cycle to not have such genetic issue? Doesn't it preserve them longer?
So that's
that's like the whole point of the NAD that people are really interested in is we want to live longer.
Yeah, exactly.
We want our cells to live longer.
And that's the whole point of sirtuins. So sirtuins, they're a gene family that have all of these. I just grouped it into saying anti-aging. So telomere protective, and the research is still out. I don't want to make any claims here, but you look it up. Sirtuins, they are involved in the aging process. Telomere health, which telomeres are these little caps on the ends of your chromosomes that are of your genes, that every time that your genes replicate, every time you make a new cell, because we do that all the time, it takes off a little bit of the telomere. And once you get done with your telomeres, once your telomeres are exhausted and spent, that cell cannot replicate. And so when we start getting into senescent cells, like cells that are they're dying, they're unhealthy, they're producing more bad than good, we need to be able to get rid of those cells and make a new one. And that's why telomere health is so important. If you don't have telomeres, you can't make new cells. If you can't make new cells, you can't replace dead cells. If you run out of cells, you die.
Wow.
So NAD Platinum, three quick points.
Cutting edge.
It is absolutely cutting edge. It is liposomal NMN, which in 2019, this was not that long ago, we discovered that there is a transporter for NMN. So it's liposomal NMN. You're getting 4.5 times better absorption versus NMN powder that's dissolved. So you're getting 4.5 times the bioavailability. NMN is going directly into the cell. You can skip the chest pains, skip the upset stomach, and it is supplying energy for the mitochondria. It's supplying sirtuin activation for longevity and anti-aging. And I didn't even mention, in our NAD Platinum, we have quercetin, which is a mast cell stabilizer. So many people battling histamine. Quercetin, super low bioavailability. Our quercetin is 25 times better absorbed. So get your quercetin, get your liposomal NAD Platinum. Resveratrol.
Yeah.
People drink red wine for resveratrol. We have so much more resveratrol in NAD Platinum than red wine.
Oh my God.
You can have your red wine, just take some liposomal resveratrol. Like I said, the B12 is in there for the methylation support. Mm-hmm. It's just an overall well-rounded, balanced, super cutting-edge product. I take it every day. So
Amazing.
Every day.
And you just feel better on it. It's it's really like turning back the clock as far as your energy levels.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are like, oh gosh, to be 20, 25 again. I really feel like it's not like the fake that you get with coffee where you're like, okay, I'm up, but I feel a little frantic. I might need to take my GABA to bring it down a bit.
Totally.
You know, the NAD is more like, I feel springy.
Yeah.
It's not so artificial as a caffeine.
Well,
it's deeper. It feels like a deeper energy level than that.
And that it is deeper. It totally makes sense. I mean, caffeine.
It's cellular.
Caffeine really is just an adenosine blocker. It's I'm pretty sure I used the right word there. Adenosine. It blocks the molecule in your brain that makes you feel tired. That's all caffeine does. What NAD is doing is it is supplying the mitochondria with the power to create real deep cellular energy. And if you've never experienced an uptick in real deep cellular energy, I highly recommend try NAD Platinum.
It's wild.
You told me, you said you feel like a kid again.
I couldn't believe it.
And I have somebody else yesterday I was talking to about this compound. They said it improved their vision. And I absolutely 100% agree.
Because it just kind of wakes up all your cells. I feel like anytime you saturate your cells with what it wants, which is an intracellular molecule.
Yeah. Another piece, this is going to be a long video, another piece about NAD,
okay.
There's so many things. Since it's such a crucial molecule in the body, it has so many benefits and so many roles that it plays. I've heard this, and somebody can fact check me if it's wrong, but I've heard that NAD is great, especially when you are sleep deprived.
Oh,
and which totally makes sense. And also, I've heard this too from a practitioner, that NAD in people who are suffering from addiction, because because NAD, like I said, it's in every cell, and it apparently can make you more social, which anyone who's ever struggled with addiction and low energy because of it, you don't really want to talk to people. You don't really, I mean that's what I've heard, and I'm not an expert on addiction at all, but what I will say is that it makes sense that if you're supplying energy to the locus ceruleus in your brain, which is responsible for being social, that may improve your recovery into your friend group, into your, however,
it also would make sense, being that it is an intracellular molecule. If you genetically are predispositioned for lower levels of, let's say, serotonin, we talked about having your gut off. This is your first brain, it's not communicating. Dopamine, NAD. If you are somebody who's predispositioned to have lower levels of the neurotransmitters that really help you function like a fully functioning person, your body, your brain will crave an external source to turn that on. Finding adrenaline, finding dopamine, just chasing something to make you feel normal. You could try NAD Plus and see if that satisfies that itch.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times how your body responds to neurotransmitters is genetic. It can be environmental, but I find that people today, we're getting a 1-2 punch. You're genetically predisposed to not utilize those chemicals well, meaning you tend towards depression or fatigue. And then you're exposing yourself to a lot of neuroplastics, like toxins,
toxins everywhere.
Like you mentioned, the fire. We're kind of getting it from both sides, and we're not growing our own food. We're depending on other people to tell us that our food has nutrients in it.
And now our nutrients in our food, you can literally see from the store, these fruits and vegetables the fruits are more sugar and less vitamins, and the vegetables are more water and less vitamins. I mean, you can see it.
We're lucky in Florida. Like, I have a mango tree in my yard.
Yeah,
we're lucky. California and Florida, we are more lucky. But unless you have a victory garden, you kind of have to become a watchdog of your own nutrients and make sure that, well, why do I want red wine at night? Why do I want to maybe smoke something that that's going to make me feel terrible in a few hours? Maybe before those cravings occur, or sitting down with a whole chocolate cake. Let's try to get our dopamine levels up naturally. Let's increase the energy and vitality of our cells naturally by giving it something it's requesting from us. Maybe we'll make better decisions.
I look at it like this. You can either throw a bunch of things on top of a problem, or you can get under the problem and remove it.
And try to solve it.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, you could throw caffeine, you can throw anything else you can throw a pre-workout. I mean, I know people who take certain things, and I'm like, just take care of your body.
Yeah, you really start getting on a roller coaster as well, because a lot of, like, when I explain to my panickers, tell me what you drink at night. And tell me what you drink at night. Well, that's mimicking a Xanax, and what happens when a Xanax wears off? You get a rebound.
You get a rebound.
So if you really are trying to get off of this weird roller coaster, you could do a GABA in the evening.
Sure.
or midday if you're starting to feel a little squirrely.
Yeah, GABA
or at night
anytime.
if you're normally reach for a glass of wine, reach for your GABA, and in the morning start your day with an NAD and see if maybe you're sustaining instead of spiking. If you're evening yourself out a little bit more.
And on that same note, GABA in the evening, adaptogens. A lot of us are stressed, so I think our anti-aging bundle is NAD and the adaptogenic reserve blend, which is
I have patients on. I have to tell a story real quick. You met her. She asks me the same questions 10 times every time I see her. She doesn't remember, she doesn't have dementia or Alzheimer's, but she doesn't not have it.
Sure.
She's in that. Can you watch the clock? I answered that question, sweetie. I've had her on it now for 2 weeks because you were here when she got it.
Yeah.
She's not asking me the same question 10 times anymore. I put her on the black label. Yeah. I feel like we should do a video on clinical experience. Of just stories of what people are experiencing in their everyday life and what we're doing to help them solve it. Because she comes in for acupuncture. I do a lot of orthopedic work, and I was doing a little bit of brain work. But, she's not a patient who necessarily wants to be here 3-4 times a week. She wants to be here more like once a week. Well, how do I support this brain of hers? I put her on black. I can't even believe the difference.
Yeah, I mean,
I would put a lie detector on and go through that. I was going to tell you off camera of how great she's doing.
I love it.
Because you saw her. She really couldn't even figure out what we were talking about, how to get it in her body.
Yeah.
She came in on Monday and was like, I'm doing 2 pumps in the morning. I'm holding it in my mouth. I was like, who are you?
It's funny because that's a half a dose.
Well, she's tiny. She's
but
90 pounds.
still, that it speaks to the efficacy of the product.
2 pumps. I'm holding in my mouth. I go and I put my pants on and my shirt on, and then.
Awesome.
She's not asking me 10 things all the time.
Amazing.
So she has great energy levels, so she doesn't need the NAD. I don't want to listen.
Yeah.
We got this going in a good direction. Let's just leave it alone.
Yeah, you can overdo these things.
You can overdo anything.
Yeah, pick one, see how you feel. If you like it, stick with it. If you want something else, stick with that.
Well, I feel like even my mommies that are finishing up nursing, that need to replenish their cells and feed themselves, this bundle could be life-changing. Yeah. I mean, even I'm thinking about hair, things like that.
with the helps with the hair too.
Stop it.
Yeah, it does.
I'm thinking about that with the hair and with the ultravitamin maybe.
Yeah.
Because I do so much fertility in this clinic. If you guys ever want to Google me, I do a ton of fertility and I have a lot of nursing mommies. But great. I might do this a postpartum. We might throw postpartum on this bundle.
Yeah, it's
after nursing. Yeah, I don't want you guys
after nursing. Exactly. Yeah, we can't recommend anything during breastfeeding or while pregnant. But and I think to just sum up NAD, it is the core of energy production in our body. It is the core of energy production in our body. If you have anything, everything relies on energy. Detox, activity, stamina, focus, attention. All of these things rely on energy. So
baseline metabolism.
So go straight to the cell. Stop trying to mask your energy levels with caffeine. I still drink caffeine. I love it. I love a cold brew. But you do it
for fun.
Exactly. But I don't rely on it.
Right.
So, and everyone's experience is going to be different, but highly recommend NAD Platinum. Try it again. Dr. Steingraber's store, Acupuncture Wellness Fort Lauderdale. Best prices, better than Quicksilver's prices. How she does it, I don't know. But no, it's
because I want you guys to take it. Honestly,
it's
I have a great, as you can see, I have a great thriving practice.
Come see me for acupuncture.
I have 3,000 square feet. I have an amazing practice. I have patients who've been with me for years. I get new patients all the time. I'm doing this because this is necessary. I want you guys to thrive. This is not going to be any other reason than I want you guys to feel better. I mean, and you don't all live in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we do this collaboration, because you have the reach, we have the products, and my whole mission too is to get these people. I love having people actually find things that work for them. And it's not a capsule, it's not a pill, it's not a powder. It's new, it's studied, it is clinical grade. We manufacture everything. Dr. Steingraber is your go-to for Quicksilver products. The best shipping available, the cheapest shipping available, aim the best prices and bundle it and save even more.
That's true.
Adaptogens, NAD, you can
like stuff that people are really like, oh, I keep hearing about this stuff. Where do I get my hands on? Why does Jennifer Lopez look like she's 30?
Oh, speaking of celebrities,
can
I say this real quick?
Like, let's give you guys access to these nutrients that these other guys, because Chris knows everybody who's famous.
We work with a lot of celebrities. Let me say this.
We're doing a life hack.
We are. This is a huge life hack. Tap into this life hack. Kourtney Kardashian, we didn't pay her. We didn't know that she was going to do this, but she posted on her Instagram, this is my favorite anti-aging product. What was it? NAD Platinum, like from Quicksilver. You can look it up. It's on our website. So that
she
just tells
had a
you,
baby naturally in her 40s.
I'm just
saying, you know.
So yeah, guys, do yourselves a favor. Check this out. Always, talk to your physician, your practitioner before starting something new. But check it out. It is a great product. Definitely visit the website. Visit the store. We have so much more.
Feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of, if you really want the glass of wine, fine, have it. But just see if maybe giving your body some underlying nutrients and some NAD is the answer, and feel good in the morning.
Yes, exactly.
I feel good all the time.
Yeah. Oh, so let's talk about some use cases while we're on this. A night out partying. Take NAD in the next morning. Take
like
double.
A morning recovery.
Exactly.
Shout out morning recovery. I've never taken you. I don't drink, but
Yeah, exactly. A long
and
day.
your glutathione.
Yeah, absolutely. A long day in the sun. Take NAD. If you are suffering from gut health issues or like inflammation or like bloating, or you feel like you're retaining water, try NAD. Like it's one of those really core molecules that you can definitely take. Anytime I'm out, sometimes we like to go out in Fort Lauderdale, sometimes we like to hang out, and if I don't get all the sleep I need, I take NAD and there's no crash. And I've had several friends recently told me that they have the same experience. So
well, not only that, like the kids are back in school, and you guys are not prepared for what they bring home sometimes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Just
I was a
give
teacher.
yourself the energy so you can
exactly.
get yourself through these first few months of when everybody is like, I've already had a bunch of cancellations of, I have the flu, I don't know what my kid came home with.
It's coming around.
Just,
NAD.
Bank yourself up. This is the time of year to do it.
Let's close this video out by reading this.
Okay.
Sirtuin activation. We talked about NAD, potent sirtuin activator. Offers a wide range of beneficial health effects, including healthy brain aging, robust immune function, appropriate inflammatory response, a healthy circadian rhythm, metabolic and cardiovascular optimization, increasing insulin sensitivity, which is the good thing, physical stamina and endurance, and aging and longevity support.
Amazing. You guys,
good night.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy your NAD. We love the feedback.
Yeah, please let us know.
Yeah,
and let us know if you have questions about anything we talked about, or if you want us to make different videos. We're open books and here to answer any questions you have.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, till next time. Bye.
See ya.